The mission of the American Battle Monuments Commission is simple, yet vast: to honor and remember. It commemorates both sacrifice and achievement, maintaining overseas monuments, memorials, and cemeteries. These hallowed grounds represent more than specific conflicts. More crucially, they keep alive the memories of Americans who gave everything for a cause. Its name? Freedom. From the muddy trenches of World War I to the deadly beachheads of World War II, from the frozen mountains of Korea to the steamy jungles of Vietnam, American servicemen and women have given the last full measure of devotion. Their struggles and achievements since 1917 are commemorated around the world by ABMC. Over 100,000 Americans lost their lives in World War I. That sacrifice is honored forever by ABMC monuments. Chateau Thierry Monument is a wide, impressive double colonnade with sculptures representing the United States and France, honoring the long friendship between the two nations. This friendship was tested in the brutal fires of World War I. In the spring and summer of 1918, the American 3rd Division helped defeat German offensives along the banks of the Marne River, earning its nickname, the Rock of the Marne. 8 U.S. divisions joined the battle. 2 months later, the U.S. Army would launch its first independent offensive of the war. It attacked a dangerous wedge-shaped German position called Somme Salient. Today, on a prominent hill near Somme, a majestic circular colonnade of white limestone dominates the landscape. The Montsec American Monument, commemorating the victory there by the U.S. First Army in September 1918. The final chapter of the war was about to be written, as the Americans and their allies launched the Meuse-Argonne Offensive. The Montfaucon Monument honors the crucial hard-fought victory. It is a tall granite tower that soars above the battlefield in northern France. After 47 days of intense fighting, the U.S. First Army forced the enemy into a general retreat, a giant step toward the end of the war. Taken together, the ABMC's carefully maintained monuments in Europe tell the story of the American involvement in the First World War, from arrival and supply to sacrifice and victory. What was called the War to End All Wars was over. But just over 20 years later, World War II began to ravage Europe, Asia, and the Pacific. Among the most epic and decisive campaigns of the war was the invasion of Nazi-occupied France beginning on D-Day. Brutal fighting on June 6, 1944, is commemorated by the Pointe du Hoc Ranger Monument in Normandy. The monument stands on a cliff overlooking Omaha Beach. A granite dagger rises above a German bunker, marking a vital foothold in the invasion. It symbolizes the Rangers' nearly impossible mission: to scale the face of the cliff under lethal enemy fire, take the heights, and hold off fierce counterattacks. In the years following World War II, men and women from across the United States continued to fight and die for American ideals the world over. The Honolulu Memorial honors those conflicts and that purpose. The memorial sits in what once was a volcano, symbol of earthly violence. It's now a quiet place for the contemplation of the lives and deaths of Americans who fought in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. The memorial records the names of over 28,000 men and women who went missing or were lost at sea in these 3 wars. Their sacrifice is well remembered in the words written by poet Archibald MacLeish, inscribed here: "We leave you our deaths. Give them their meaning." ABMC maintains monuments, memorials, and markers around the world. The cemeteries and memorials list and honor names of over 100,000 Americans who went missing or were lost at sea. These sites share a common purpose: to recall, respect, and celebrate forever the men and women who served their country overseas.